Hey, lady apes, gentlemen apes, this is ApeAndy, always an ape, part of the ape community. And now I know the price action of GameStop and AMC are going up, so many apes are very happy. And I know in my last vid I did a video saying that it's easier to hold the red than the green. So in short, again, that is, if you see profit in your account, you're more likely to sell than if you see red in your account, right? Okay, so all the more reason to hold more tightly when the price goes up. I'm speaking for myself. If there are many ApeAndys, right? I'm speaking for myself, right? Okay, so you watch this video, you make up your own individual minds because we're not collective groups. If there are many ApeAndys and they all buy the dip, hold the red, price going up, now in the green, but keep holding. If all of these ApeAndys buy and hold, price goes up, buy and hold, then when the SHF wants to cover by buying back, they don't have any shares to buy back, right? Okay. This way the price would go higher. That is the logic. I'm sure all of you by now understand that. Now, there are many theories on Reddit about price actions. There are many theories, but it all boils down to the apes. I'm speaking for myself. It all boils down to the many ApeAndys buying and holding. Because the SHF, they need to cover sometimes, okay? And yes, there are many rules by NSCC and the other regulatory bodies, but do not get these rules wrong. These rules are to ensure fair, open transparency for the market. That is what the regulatory bodies are saying, right? Whenever they have a new rules coming out. Fair, open, and transparency. That's what they want. So there seems to be a misunderstanding that all these rules are to help the MOAS. I must be honest and frank with you. The regulatory bodies make all these new rules because they want to ensure that the stock market operates smoothly. If you look at it at a certain angle, yes, of course, these rules are to prevent SHF from doing what they did to GME, right? Because they use naked shorts, they use synthetic shares, they sell IOUs, and they use the FTD loopholes and hide the FTDs when they're dealing with this GameStop, when the SHF are dealing with this GameStop. So all these new rules by the regulatory bodies are to prevent such things from happening. So if you look at it from a certain angle, of course, it seems that these new rules are to help GME. But to be frank, these new rules are to prevent such incidents from happening ever again. What incident? SHF shorting GME to such extent. So it seems that the new rules are helping apes, helping GME. But it all boils down to the regulatory bodies wanting to have a smooth, non-crashing, non-imploding stock market. That is why there are also new rules saying that the SHF are allowed to use their long position stocks as collateral for margin. in the case that they're margin called. So the new rules wants the stock market to be fair, so that no more SHF could short stocks like GME. So, that said, did you catch a certain point? That means, with all these new rules in place, will there be any other future tickers like GME? Maybe. But with all these new rules in place, it is very hard for future SHF to short future tickers to the extent that they're shorting GME right now. That is why you hear some people saying, GME GameStop is a once in a lifetime. Why? Because after this GME incident, after this SHF shorting and shorting GME incident, in the future, with all these many new rules in place, it will be very, very hard for any SHF or groups of SHF to short a certain ticker to the extent, to the same point that they're shorting GME right now. So, in other words, yes, that statement is true. GME is a once-in-a-lifetime event because it won't happen in the future, because with all these new rules in place. You get my point, right? So, if you're into GME already, keep on buying and holding. I'm speaking for myself. If you, ApeAndy, is into GME already, keep on buying and holding. If you see your friends around you buying GME, then you probably may consider joining, because there's a reason for them to do so. Okay, well, the same principle applies for AMC. I love AMC, okay? Don't get me wrong. I'm using GME as an example. And so, now, speaking of new rules, in September, there are a couple of new rules kicking into place and new systems. That would be the CAT system, Consolidated Audit Trail CAT system, going into place by FINRA. It will see, it's an all-seeing system, right? And so, well, some apes will tell you that, oh, the MOAS will happen because the CAT system is in place. I know, the MOAS is not if, it is when. But is it a guarantee that MOAS will be triggered because of the CAT system? Honestly, the CAT system is an observation, is a monitoring system, okay? Okay, so you have CCTV, okay, watching the streets, watching the building. And if a thief comes in and steals some things, oh, okay, the CAT system saw the thief. But could the CAT system go running after the thief and catch the thief and bring the thief to the police station? The CAT system is only a monitoring system. Monitor, monitor, monitor. Oh, I see you. Thief says, oh, you see me. What are you going to do about me? Run away. Okay. So the CAT system is there. It starts in September. Yes. It is a monitoring system, okay? And if the regulatory bodies monitors and see some things that are not done according to the rules, what happens? You're caught. SHF, you're caught. Fine. Does that trigger the MOAS? SHF, you're caught. Oh, I'm SHF, I'm caught. What are you going to do to me? I'm going to fine you. Fine. Well, yeah, okay, I'll pay the fine. Please fine me. Okay, then they pay the fine. Chump change, pocket change. Cost of doing business. Okay, there are other new rules, like raising the margin requirements from 10K per account to 250K per account. Is that going to trigger MOAS? It is going to raise the cost for the SHF to do their business, or other hedge funds to do their business, because per account, 10K cash, not enough. 250K cash. That'll do it per account. Okay, so that means, well, the DTCC is doing that because, well, the NSCC is doing that so that there's more insurance against market crash or implosion. So, ApeAndy, are you saying that MOAS will not be triggered? MOAS is not if, it is when. MOAS comes not entirely because of all these new rules, not entirely because of the CAT system, not entirely because of the raised margin calls, but because the many apes, such as ApeAndy, is buying and holding. Okay. You're saying that despite the SEC and NSCC and TDCC making all these new rules, which seems to be against the SHF, it is still up to the apes to help themselves to go for MOAS. It is still up to you. It is still up to you. Do not get the regulatory bodies wrong. These new rules are not to help the apes. The CAT system is not to help the apes. The raised margin requirements is not to help the apes. The apes must help themselves by buying and holding. But that said, the new rules will help the apes. CAT system will help the apes. The raised margin requirements will help the apes. Okay? But nothing will help if the apes don't buy and hold. Right? Okay, that's the key point. Be strong apes, love AMC, and love GME. I'm just using GME as an example. Same applies for AMC. Love the ape community. I'm part of it. ApeAndy here.